All right, ladies and gentlemen, so you clicked on the video and you basically want to see how to generate your own high intent final expense leads using AI in Facebook. And in this video, I'm going to show you just that, right? But first and foremost, let me tell you why you should listen to me. My name is Tim Schooker. I've generated literally thousands of life insurance leads on Facebook specifically for final expense. I've also coached and trained other agents on how to do the same thing. And here, as you guys can see, this is one of our recent campaigns that we ran just a few months ago. And as you can see, there's 6,000 final expense life insurance leads for $6.69, right? Now you guys may be able to find like a lot of different tutorials that'll show you how to set this up on Facebook, but what you won't be able to find is people that can show you how to do this, which is basically generating high intent leads. A lot of people will just show you how to set up these like, generic burial or casket ads or whatever that basically just get people that they're not serious about life insurance, right? And so what I want to show you guys here is these are actual comments on the ads, and this is what I'm going to show you guys how to do. So these are people that are saying, need more information, very interested, information, please and thank you, need information, so on and so forth. And we have 374 of these comments on our top performing ad, right? Which is pretty cool. Do you think you could sell life insurance to people commenting, I'm interested? The answer is obviously yes, right? And not only that, but we've also been able to write over, this is not an updated screenshot, it's like 312,000, but over 300K in 6 months on these very leads, right? So that is why you should listen to me. Again, my name is Tim Schooker. I run a company called Advanced Agent Marketing, and we basically post these videos on YouTube to help final expense life insurance agents like yourself learn and develop all the skills that they need to make six figures selling insurance from home. So let's talk about what we're actually going to cover in this video, because I know you guys are in a rush and I want to make sure that I can get you as much value and show you how to do this in as quick of time as possible, right? So first and foremost, I'm going to show you guys how to set up your Facebook page. I'm going to make that pretty quick because some of you may already have that set up. Then I'm going to show you how to create Facebook creatives in Canva. This right here is probably the most important thing when it comes to running ads, is actually creating the ad itself, because this is what actually gets people to become leads. Then I'm going to show you guys how to write ad copy and headlines using ChatGPT, which is pretty cool stuff here. And then I'm also going to show you how you can set up Facebook ads in 15 minutes or less, right? So I'm going to actually walk through the setup process of going through clicking this, clicking that, how to do all the targeting and all of the like techie stuff that comes into doing this. And so in all reality, this video should take about 30 to 40 minutes. And if you guys follow along with this video, you may have to rewatch it a couple times. You're going to have everything set up by the end of the video. Awesome. Now, real quick, before I dive into setting up your Facebook page, if you guys want somebody to personally help you with this, we have a coaching program, kind of like a school community, where we basically have like weekly coaching calls to help coach people through setting up Facebook so that they can get similar results to us. Now, I'll talk more about that later on in the video, but just wanted to throw that out there so that you guys do know, like if you get confused as you're going through this, there is that option to just have us help you do this. Awesome. So let's go ahead and dive into it, starting with the Facebook page. So your Facebook page, this is basically like what you're going to be running ads under. Let me take a swig of my water here. What you're going to be running your ads under, right? So this is essentially when somebody sees that ad on Facebook, this is who they're going to see the ad is coming from, right? Now, what I typically recommend doing is something called like a ghost page. So you basically just kind of like make it look like it's coming from some organization or whatever. Like, people will just use these random names like Senior Benefit Association or Senior Life Insurance or, Legacy Senior Family Assurance, or just some random name of just combinations of those things. That's totally fine. You can do that. But what I've personally found is like the best thing that you can do is kind of like targeting a specific niche, right? The riches are in the niches, as they say. And that is kind of like the method that we've seen that works the best, is finding like a hot section or pocket of the market that just has like a really in demand problem. And for this example, in this video, I'm actually going to be targeting veterans. And the thing is, the reason I'm going to be showing you guys how to set it up in this particular niche is veterans, oftentimes they have like a solid amount of money, which is great, right? They have like extra money on top of what they get from Social Security typically. And also they're under the false impression that the VA actually pays for their burial. So there's this like market of people that have money. They think one thing, but if we can educate them and kind of like fill in that pain, this is a really great market to target, right? So I'm going to call this senior veterans life insurance, for example, right? And then category, we're just going to say insurance broker. Bio, you don't really need to do this. And for this example, I'm just going to do this, the quick and easy way. So we're going to skip all the extra stuff. So I'll click create page down here in the bottom left, senior veterans life insurance. Now, as this is loading, I want to tell you guys a little bit more about like the in-pain market, right? So, okay, it looks like it was just created. Basically, like the whole idea of this, and this is like whenever you're selling anything, it's less about what you're selling and more about who you're selling it to and like how you're selling it to them, if that makes sense. So it's about the angle that you're marketing it, because at the end of the day, like whole life insurance, final expense is just a product. And what really matters is the angle that we're approaching it at, because it can solve multiple different problems. For some people, it covers a burial. For other people, it could pay off debt, right? And so basically, like based off of our avatar, we can craft this product to be a different thing, if that makes sense. So I'll explain a little bit more about that in just a bit. So contact, you basically just add your website if you have it, add your phone number, your email, your address, all that stuff. I'm just going to skip this. I'm going to go through and show you guys how to set up a profile photo here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into canva.com. This is you can use a free version. I have the paid version. It's like $12 a month, which if you're like serious about your business, this is going to, change your life. So I'll just click create a design. And what I can actually do is if I do a Facebook profile, it'll actually give me like the exact dimensions that I need. So now I can go here to Facebook profile, and then I can look up, let's see, if I just type in like veteran logo. Okay, let's see. I'll just look up logo. Business logo. Okay, hold up. Let me go back. Instead of Facebook profile, I'm just going to do logo. So under create a design, I'm just going to click logo here. And then if I go here, it has all of these like things that are basically like already set up for you, right? All of these little logos, for example. So if you guys just type in like life insurance, like here's an example of one you could use. This one that says like better life, you could use that one. This one as well, this looks like super American. I just want to find something that's like, appeals to veterans, right? It would like kind of like catch their attention basically, because what we're essentially looking for is something called identity triggers. The people we're targeting are veterans in this example, or whoever you're targeting, find an identity trigger. And basically what that is like, it's something that when they see it, all of a sudden it relates to them. So veterans, it's going to be like American flags, anything related to the VA, other veterans, like those kind of things. An example for like final expense insurance, like agents, if I were to show you guys an approved policy and you saw that on an ad, you'd be like, oh shoot, what is this? It's an identity trigger. So I want to use something that's going to be an identity trigger. So I can go veteran logo. And then I could literally just grab any of these, right? I'll just do this one because I think this kind of looks funny. So senior veteran insurance, right? And it's literally that simple, guys. You don't need to overcomplicate this logo thing at all. And now all I need to do is just literally, I can just download this. I'm going to make sure to download it as a PNG. And then if I go back into Facebook, I can actually just drag and drop my little profile photo in there. Beautiful. Now, what we're also going to do is we want to create a little Facebook cover photo. And so same thing here. I can just go click on like create a design, and then I can type in Facebook cover photo. There we go. Facebook cover photo. And then there's all of these templates that I can grab. Like let's just look up, life insurance, for example. We'll find something that's like, you know, already kind of looks good. You know, I could use this. You could put like your face or your business card if you're doing it under your face, or let's see. I can just grab like any one of these. It doesn't really matter that much. Let's see. We'll just do this one, for example. Okay. So I probably like change the color here. I'm going to make this like a white. And then I can just drop our little logo in here. I'm going to get rid of this chick. And then I'll just say life insurance for veterans right there. And what the thing is, like, it's not like a ton of people are going to come to our page, but if we can optimize this so that if somebody does come to our page, there's like something there. It's not the end of the world if you don't have this, but it can definitely help, right? So, you know, feel free to make this as fancy as you guys want. I'm honestly just going to keep it super simple, right? Life insurance for veterans. And then what I could do is I could just put like, you know, our phone number down here, so on and so forth. But I'm going to keep it like Sesame Street simple here. Senior veteran life insurance for veterans. Again, you guys can get all fancy with this and go through with all of like the, you know, different templates and everything. For me personally, I'm just going to try to save some time in this video and just run with this. I've never really gotten too crazy with the cover photo or anything, and I've had insanely good results. So not something that you need to obsess over, but if you want to, you can definitely like make it more attractive than what I just did. So boom, life insurance for veterans. Our page is basically done. We're just going to hit next here. Wait for this to load. All right, we're going to skip over the WhatsApp number. Skip that and done. Ladies and gentlemen, we have created our Facebook page. So now I want you guys to take this, set this aside for a second, and now we're going to get into the fun part, which is actually creating our ads, right? So let's go back into Canva. Okay, we've got our page here. Let's go back into Canva, and for this time, I'm going to do Instagram post square. That's what you want to find. You need to find something 1080 by 1080. And I usually would just use Instagram post square. All right. So basically, when it comes to ads, particularly what I've seen work best with like the final expense senior market is kind of like, I call it ugly advertising, right? And a lot of times like the stuff that works the best doesn't look like it would work, but it just does for some reason. And I've tried like a lot of different things. What I've seen best is like either video ads or ugly ads, right? And so I'm going to show you guys how to create like a quick little ugly ad here. But basically, you know, let's just say I'll just make this like black, the background black, so it kind of pops. And what I want to do here, it's less about how the ad looks, to be honest with you guys. And it's more about what the ad says. Okay, I know that sounds crazy, but trust me here. So we want to call out. I always like to have like a call out at the top, right? So here, I'll say something like attention. Right, I can just do attention, and then I'm going to change the font here so it's a little bit more legible. Something like, you could use this League Spartan or Lotto is a great one. Lotto Black, right? See how easy that is to read? Like I could be, you know, I could be 6 or I could be 96 and I can read this, right? Attention veterans, 50 plus, right? And then I could do a little something like this. Boom. Attention veterans 50 plus. And then I'm going to make this like yellow just so it just like pops, right? So it's like, oh my gosh, attention. Or I'm going to take away attention just so this pops even more. Veterans 50 plus. Ba-boom. So we got veterans 50 plus right here. And I'm going to say bad news. The VA won't pay for your funeral, ... Right? So like imagine you're a veteran scrolling through Facebook and you see this. Veterans 50 plus. Bad news. The VA won't pay for your funeral. Right? And then I'm going to drag down this line height just so this is a little like closer here. Right? So you guys see this? Veterans 50 plus. Bad news. The VA won't pay for your funeral. And then I'm just going to go. I'm going to kind of transition from like VA won't pay for your funeral to now talk about there's a new program for veterans to get up to $50,000 in coverage, in life insurance coverage. Life insurance coverage, right? Or I could say like luckily there's a new program for veterans to get up to $50,000 in life insurance coverage. And then I'm just going to say, I'm going to have like a few little benefits. No 2-year wait. No 2-year waiting period. Boom. I'll just say no 2-year wait. And then I'm going to say no medical exam. Affordable coverage for veterans. Okay. And then I can obviously, I might tweak this a little bit and I'm going to change around some of these colors. But like if you guys were scrolling through your Facebook, right? Like let's say for example, because I run ads like this to final expense agents, right? Final expense agents. I'm just going to show you guys like the power of how these ads actually work, right? It says final expense agents up at the top. Bad news. Your lead vendor is scamming you, right? Your lead vendor is scamming you. Luckily, I'm just going to show you guys how like effective this is. Luckily, you can generate your own leads on Facebook for under $10 each. And then I could just have a call to action down here, right? Like tell me honestly that this ad would not catch your attention. Final expense agents, bad news, your lead vendor is scamming you, right? Like it's simple, but it's the words on the photo that actually make the difference, right? So I just wanted to show you guys to prove the concept here. Bad news, the VA won't pay for your funeral. Luckily, there's a new program for veterans to get up to $50,000 in life insurance coverage. And then I'll just say boom, boom, boom. And then I'm going to say click, learn more. I'm just going to say click, learn more. Actually, no, I won't. Click, learn more to see if you qualify. ... Boom. Okay. So now we got our little ad here. I'm going to add like a check mark next to like no 2-year wait and no medical exam. Boom. Boom. And then I'm probably also going to make this right here like a green or something. Yeah, I like that. Click learn more to see if you qualify. And there we go. So we got veterans 50 plus. Bad news, the VA won't pay for your funeral. Luckily, there's a new program for veterans to get up to $50,000 in life insurance coverage. No 2-year wait, no medical exam. Click learn more to see if you qualify. And then in the ad copy is where we're going to do a lot of the selling here. But like this is basically the structure of the ad, right? And so what we want to do is we want to have about 3 of these different ads in like kind of like different styles, right? So I could do it like this. I can also test like this white background, for example. Obviously, I would need to change the color of the text here, but let me just show you guys how this could look. And what you want to do is you basically want 3 different variations, right? Now, what I've seen is like color, the color of the background, for example, is like a good variation to test. I will maybe tweak these colors a little bit, but let's see if we make that red. And then let's see if we make this like blue or something, right? There we go. And then I could also test one with like a photo of a veteran, right? Literally just like this. Veteran. Let's see if I can find like a photo of a, boom. This guy looks like he served in World War II for sure, for example. And this could be an ad that I test, right? And maybe this doesn't work, but maybe it does, right? Or, you know, I sub that out and then I can use this fella right here, right? Doesn't this guy just look super jovial and happy? There we go. So we want to kind of like mix it up a little bit. Some with faces, some with text, some even like a combo of both, right? So for example, I could do boom, could go like copy this, make this guy a little smaller where he's here. And then I can go background. Let's say I make this like a blue. This is like the most common style you guys will see. Is it'll be something like this with white text, veterans 50 plus. And then it'll be like new life insurance program or something. Or even sometimes it'll just be this, like attention veterans 50 plus, like this. I mean, honestly guys, sometimes things like this work. But the one that I would be the most bullish on from what I've seen would be this right here. So I would try to create as many variations of like things like this that you could with like different backgrounds and maybe like an image, but you know, this also could do really well. So that's basically how we create these ad creatives. Again, it's pretty simple. What I've seen work a lot recently is like this text style. So now that we have our ads made, let me show you guys how we actually get the ad copy, right? And so what I'm going to use is something called ChatGPT, and this is where the AI actually comes into it. So let me show you guys. I'm going to pull up ChatGPT right here, and I have this prompt that I use to basically get ChatGPT to like write me an ad copy and a headline. Okay. So what I'm going to do is my prompt here, which I have to just copy and paste right here, is I basically tell ChatGPT what it's going to do for me, and then like who it's going to be, and then what I want it to do. So for example, this one says, today you are going to act as a master final expense ad copywriter who specializes in creating highly converting final expense ads that touch and dig into the pain points of seniors who need to purchase life insurance. The pain points are they don't want to be a burden on their family, then the big bill. And so basically what I would do for this example, because we're doing veterans, is I would just want to customize it, right? So the pain points are they don't want to be a burden on their family, right? And then I'm going to say I'm specifically targeting veteran men who are over the age of 60, more than likely, right? Over the age of 60. They are under the false impression that the VA will bury them and cover their funeral. Okay? Because basically they have this, again, like, let me kind of explain the veteran niche here. They have this belief that the VA is actually going to cover their funeral and bury them, right? And what happens a lot of times is like these guys have seen somebody else be under that false impression, and then they learned the hard way because like their buddy from the Army or their buddy from the Marines or the Navy or whatever it is has passed away, and they thought that the VA was going to pay for it, and then they basically just give them like the flag, they dig them the hole, and like they do some stuff, they do a little bit more, but they don't do the whole thing regardless of your status in the military. So like for example, I actually wrote a script for a video ad for veterans that kind of goes a little bit like this, right? And I'm going to use some of these in the ad copy. right? So if you're a retired vet, this could be the most important video you ever watch. Most veterans think that because they serve, their funeral will be covered. The reality is the VA will dig you a hole, give you a complimentary headstone and a folded flag, leaving your family to cover the cost of a funeral home, a casket, transportation, and all the other ridiculous expenses that make the average funeral over $15,000. Right? And so I'm going to add, I'm going to take some of this stuff and then put it into the creative here. So I'm just going to copy, because I already wrote out this video script prior to. And if you guys want to figure out how you can get this video script to run video ads for veterans, you guys can get it inside of a coaching program, which will be linked down below. But I'm just going to copy this text right here. Boom, boom, boom. Funeral. Use language like this, okay? And then I'm just gonna copy in my little ad copy here, right? So this is what I was telling you guys is in the script, the video script. Most veterans, boom, 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 boom. So I just have some of these pain points. So I'm gonna copy this into ChatGPT, and it's actually gonna just spit out me some headlines. So headline, body. Most veterans think that because they served. This is beautiful right here. Okay. Veterans, don't let your family bear the burden of funeral costs. Most veterans think that because they served, their funeral will be covered. The reality is the VA will dig you a hole, give you a complimentary headstone and a folded flag, leaving your family to cover the cost of a funeral, casket, transportation, and all the other ridiculous expenses, right? So it's spitting out 5 different variations of ad copy for me to test. And so what I'll actually do is I literally can just go through and pick what the best ones are, and then I can use it for myself, right? So for example, this one, ad copy number 5, veterans, your family deserves financial security. And then it has the whole body of everything here. So I'm just going to say, it's spitting it out as a headline and then a body. I just want it to be all the same. So give me the variations all in one block of text and include emojis. Yeah, just didn't listen. Okay, well anyway, we're going to we can just copy this and then kind of edit it out a little bit. But what ChatGPT does for us is it's going to create all of these variations that we can then use. So I'm going to go down here. We're going to go add copy number 1. Oops. Let me actually copy this. So copy. We got ad copy number 1. And what I want 3 different ad copies. Okay. So paste without formatting. There we go. So we got most veterans think that because they served, their funeral will be covered. And the biggest thing that I actually want to test is just this first line right here, right? So this is going to be my headline, but I want to make a variation of this first line. So, right, bad news for veterans. Boom. That is extremely eye-catching, okay? Bad news for veterans. So my headline is right here. And then I have my ad copy right here as well. So headline and then ad copy. Just move that there. Okay. So we got ad copy number 1 and we got our headline. Now let's get a second one. So let me find another one here. Let me see. Create more variations of that ad copy and make them different. There we go. So here's another one. Make sure I copy it. So we got add copy number 2. Most veterans believe their service will cover the funeral cost. I'm just going to change this to the VA will cover their funeral costs. And then I'm just going to change this hook right here. Instead of saying bad news for veterans, I'm just going to say attention veterans. Attention veterans, 50 plus. Most veterans think the VA will cover their funeral costs, but the truth is the VA provides a grave, a headstone, a flag, while your family is left over with $15,000 in funeral expenses. And so, like, as you guys can see, we're like 30 minutes into the video and I haven't even got into like actually setting up Facebook. The reason why is because this part, the creative process, is the most important part of the whole deal. And a lot of this comes down, like, the reason that I know these things is because I've done the research on my market, right? And so if you guys really want to see success with lead gen, you have to know who your target customer is. It's not enough to just go and like throw up a little, picture of a casket and just assume that you're going to print leads from the sky. What it really comes down to is understanding and knowing your market, because the more you understand them, the more you know how to talk to them, and the more you know like what's going to grab their attention and what's going to like create that pain that they need to solve. And so again, for veterans, they don't want to be a burden on their family and they're under this false impression. So we're hooking them with like bad news. It's not what you think it is. So I have 2 headlines and 2 ad copies. That's going to be enough for right now. I'm going to use 3 images in the setup and then 2 headlines and 2 ad copies. And I can use ChatGPT and go back and forth with it, just like over and over and over, getting more and more and more of these variations, right? So as you guys saw, we now have, where did it go? Okay. We now have one creative, 2 creatives, and then I'm going to use this as our 3rd creative, just kind of like varying it a little bit. Just because this is like way different from these other 2, and there's a potential that this could work just because it catches people's attention because it's a face. So what we'll do is now we're going to actually go into Facebook and set this up. So I'm going to go to my ad account. If you guys haven't created an ad account, just look up a tutorial on how to create an ad account. This is more so going to be about like the tactical stuff that works in Facebook. So we're going to go to campaigns. We're going to click create, select leads, and then we're going to click continue. Make sure you select manual leads campaign, right? Don't select recommended settings, just select manual leads campaign. We'll click continue. Now I'm just going to call this veteran leads CBO. You guys can just name it whatever niche you're targeting, leads, and then you could just say CBO, which will make sense in a second. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm not going to select anything here. I'm going to do buying type auction, leave this the same, campaign objective leads. And then I'm going to turn on advantage campaign budget. And I'm going to set my budget at $40. This is the minimum that I recommend starting with. The higher, the better, to be honest with you. So now we're going to click continue or next. I'm going to name this ad set main ad set. Okay. In previous tutorials, I've advised people to have like multiple ad sets, but now I've seen the best thing is literally just to do one ad set. And you guys will see, like, I don't even do any targeting anymore. So I'm going to go main ad set, instant forms instead of website. And the instant form is basically like, the instant form allows us to very easily like run our ads without having to like set up the pixel and do all these things. And I've found that this actually works the best. Okay. So we're going to select our Facebook page. I'm just going to use this one that's already on here. Okay. Performance goal is going to be maximize number of leads, right? We want to maximize number of leads. Leave that as is. We're going to scroll down. I'm going to turn dynamic creative on, right? This is going to use Facebook's AI to basically like mix and match to find the best combination. And then I'm going to do schedule. I'm going to start this tomorrow at 12 a.m. Right? I always want to start it the following day at midnight because that allows us to spend our full budget for one day and basically leads to better results. So next thing here, Facebook's kind of like changed some different things. And basically the way that they have it preset doesn't even allow you guys to like select the age of the people you want to target. So we want to change that. So instead of advantage audience, I'm going to click this button here where it says switch to original audience options. So I'm going to select that and then I'm going to click use original audience. And so now if you guys have seen like previous Facebook tutorials or you're used to using Facebook, you may get in here and you're like, okay, what the hell is going on? If you do that, it'll all like you be able to select the age and everything looks like it used to. So the first thing I want to do is actually select age, and I'm going to do 50 plus, right? Because obviously we're targeting seniors, we're targeting veterans specifically. And then location, this is where I can select the states that I'm in. It automatically will select the whole US. So I want to just select whatever states I'm in. So I could do North Carolina, right? I could do Texas, right? I could do California. Just go here and input all of your states and make sure it says include, okay? Gender, leave all genders. Don't do any detailed targeting. No detailed targeting whatsoever. Leave languages as all languages. And leave this as Advantage Plus placements, okay? So meaning, even though we're targeting veterans, we are not going to target veterans. Makes no sense, right? Well, this is where Facebook's AI comes into play. They've gotten so good that literally all we have to do is we just have to have this call out on our post and in our ad copy, and it'll start showing this to veterans, right? I selected the age because I don't want anybody that's under 50 in, but I don't even have to like target veterans specifically. All I have to do is like this here then Facebook will start to optimize and just show it to veterans. So I've found that this actually has better results than doing the detailed targeting. So we're going to leave this as is. We're going to go next. And now we're actually going to create our ad, right? So I'm just going to call this ad number 1. And then I'm going to turn off where it says multi-advertiser ads. I haven't really seen great results with that. And now we're just going to go and download our different ads, right? So I'm just going to call this veteran ads 1, or just veteran ads. So I'm going to download this from Canva. We're going to download the first one, and I'm going to show you guys the fastest way to set this up. So I'm going to download this first ad. I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to do select images. I'm going to click upload. And then once our photo downloads, veteran ads PNG, I can upload it directly from my computer. Boom. So now that we got that, we're going to click continue. And now this is basically what our ad is going to look like. Now we also want to add in the ad copy, which I have saved right here. Bad news for veterans. This is going to be the first ad copy that it will add. So I'm going to copy that, come in here and paste it. Whoops. Beautiful. And then I want to just make sure this like looks right. I'm going to delete whatever's going on here. Won't. Okay. For some reason the formatting is all weird. I'm just going to say loved ones aren't burdened. Let's see. Maybe we got to delete these little dots here. There we go. Okay. So I'm just making sure the formatting of this ad is good. And then I'll just add little like check marks here. Whoops. Check mark. Check mark. And check mark. All right, beautiful. So as you guys can see, we got our 3 benefits. We got our ad copy, we got our little hook, and then we got our call to action at the end. Don't wait until it's too late. Click here to learn more and secure your family's future. Now I also want to add another text option, and I'm just going to copy and paste this other one that we did. And this one, the only difference is it's a little bit shorter and we have a different hook here. And then I'm just going to remove these and then use my check marks so that this is like basically the same. Perfect. All right. And then we have our 2 ad copies. Now let's add in our headlines. So I'm just going to copy this exact headline that ChatGPT gave us. Veterans, don't let your family bear the burden of funeral costs. Boom. And then let's add in the other one here. Boom. And I'm just adding this in, guys, right here where it says headline. And I can add in multiple options. And what Facebook's actually going to do is they're going to cycle between these two to find the best performing one. And I did the same thing where it says primary text. That's where I went through and actually added in all of the ad copy. Fantastic. So next thing we're going to do is now we need to actually create our instant form. Okay. I'm going to change the call to action here real quick before we do that. Actually, I'm going to change it from sign up because that's a little aggressive. We're going to change it from sign up to learn more. If this will load, then I will change it. Anyway, where it says sign up, just change this to say learn more. For some reason, there's like a glitch with Facebook. There we go. Got it. There's a glitch with Facebook that like wasn't allow this to show. So click learn more. That's what we want our call to action to be. And now we're going to actually create our instant form. So this is what people are going to fill out whenever they go through and become a lead. This is basically what they're filling out. So I'm going to do instant form, create form. I'm just going to call this veteran form 1, for example. Form type, I always do more volume. So do more volume. Then intro, we're not going to do an intro. I just want people to go straight into the questions, right? And so what I've found is that always you're going to get higher quality leads if you ask one question that's a multiple choice and then one question that is like a fill in the blank, right? Balloons. Hell yeah. So one question that is fill in the blank, one question that is multiple choice. Let's see if we can trigger the balloons again. There we go. Balloons. So I always like to do something that's kind of like on niche, right? So for example, we'll do short answer. What branch of the military did you serve in? Right? That's a very that question makes sense for veterans, right? And then for multiple choice, I could say, if you qualify, who will be your beneficiary? And then I could put spouse. I could put children. I could put grandchildren. Or then I could put friend/other family member. And so now both of these are going to give me information that allow me to advance the sale, right? And the reason why is because for example, they're coming in here, they're telling me who they want to protect. And then they're also telling me what branch of the military they served in. So when I call this person, they're like, hey, Randy, what's going on? It's just Tim. Tim, who the hell is Tim? Oh, Randy, I was just calling about this form that you had filled out. It looks like you were requesting information about the life insurance program for veterans. Looks like you said you served in the Marines. Is that right? All of a sudden, I'm straight into rapport building. Randy knows why I'm calling, and he knows that I'm legit because I told him what branch of the military he was in. So absolute game changer right here. Next, we want to add the description, and this is where we'll get contact info for people. So I'm just going to say something like, we'll use this information to contact you regarding your results. It's literally just that simple. Just say something like that. And then I always like to get as much information as I can possibly here because it's autofill, which means it's easier to get this info. So this is so glitchy today. What on earth? Okay. So I'm going to try to get through this because it's glitching out like crazy. So I'm going to get first name, last name. And then I'm going to get date of birth, phone number, first name, last name, email, phone number, and then state. And I'm trying to think, I believe that's everything I need. A lot of people would try to get street address and all this other stuff, but in reality, And that is actually all that I need. Okay. So I got first name, last name, email, phone number, state, and date of birth. And then I also have my 2 custom questions. So in total, we're asking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions. All right. Now, privacy policy, this is where you're just going to upload your privacy policy. You can have ChatGPT write this for you and then just host it on your website and include a link here. And then I also want to add in a custom disclaimer. This is where I'll say something like about the TCPA opt-in basically. And I can actually just go to ChatGPT and I can say, write me a TCPA compliant opt-in for texting, emailing, and calling so that I can call leads who opt in on Facebook. And then it'll write it for us. By clicking submit, you agree to receive blank, 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 and blank from blank. Just gonna say make it 1 block of text so I can paste it on Facebook. And then it should shorten it for us here. But yeah, I mean, guys, just lean on ChatGPT for anything. Like, don't overcomplicate finding a privacy policy or, you know, your terms and conditions. Like, you don't need to overcomplicate this. So there we go. Oh my gosh. Okay. There we go. And then I can just go in and I'll just, just go in and edit your company name and just sub everything in that you would need, right? So add the disclaimer and then the message for leads. This is what allows you guys to get the auto-booked, pre-booked appointments, okay? So you always need to say something like, wait, there's one more step. Click, see if I qualify to see which part of the program you qualify for. And then basically, I'll just have this go to a website that's basically a survey. And so I'll just change this to like, see if I qualify. And then I'll include this to a link to like a survey on my website. And so basically what that does is then once they filled out this, now I have all their contact info, but I'm going to send them to a separate survey on my website to like get more information so that basically, it's like the sale is already done before I even jump on the phone with them. And so that's like some of the more advanced stuff that we teach inside of our coaching program. If you guys want to learn more about that, again, link down below in the description, but I'm just going to put in like a random link here for now. Just put in Google, for example. But make sure that whenever you guys go through this, you have more volume, you have the 2 questions, 1 multiple choice, 1 fill in the blank. You're getting first name, last name, email, phone number, state, and date of birth. You have your privacy policy, which you can just link to your website and just have ChatGPT make it. And then you want to have this message for leads. Once we do that, we're going to click create form. I'm just going to put in a random link here for this example. Make sure you actually put in all your links. And I'm just going to say terms and conditions. Right? I'm just kind of like making this in a rush because I want to make sure that this is moving quick enough. Cool. So we got ad number 1. Now we're going to hit publish, right? So we've done everything for ad number 1. Now what we need to do is we need to duplicate this ad 2 times and just change the photo, right? So let me show you guys how we do that real quick. So first off, we have ad number 1. We're going to duplicate this and I'm going to duplicate it 2 times. 2 times because I want 3 ads total. Boom. So now we're going to come in here and this first ad, whoops, I don't want to duplicate the ad set. Let me go back. Discard draft. Okay, let me go back here. So I'm not duplicating the ad set, I'm duplicating the ad itself. So here we go. Select your ad and then select duplicate and then duplicate it twice. It's doing the wrong thing. Okay, we're not going to duplicate it. Let's see. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Discard. This. this. Sometimes one thing you guys will learn is like Facebook can be pretty buggy sometimes. Okay, here it is. So when you duplicate your ad, just say existing campaign. Oh, so it is going to make us duplicate the ad set. That's annoying. So we're just going to duplicate the ad set twice. And then I'll come in here. And then under the ads, I'm just going to edit this. Like I'm going to edit the first ad here. This will be ad number 2. And then the only thing that I need to do is just remove that photo. And then I'll actually just go in and upload this second photo, right? So just download this. Download the second photo. And then I can do select images, upload the second one. And then I'll just click continue. And then publish. So now I got the second ad done. I have ad 1 and 2 done. And now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to call this one ad number 3. And I'll remove that, select image, and then I'm going to download ad number 3. Ad number 3, right? So once I download that, I just come in here, upload this one as well, boom. And then now I have my 3 ads. Publish. And let me show you guys what this should look like when you're done. All right, so we have, I'm gonna rename this. This one has ad number 2. I'm gonna rename this ad set, ad number 2. Ad set number 2, publish that. This one is going to be ad number 3. Ad number 3. And then this one is going to be ad number 1. Okay. And then let me just show you guys real quick what this should look like when you're finished so that you know this is set up correctly. Boom. All right. So we got campaign, veteran leads, CBO. This basically just means that the budget is going to be run on the campaign level instead of the ad set level. So we have ad number 1, we have ad number 2, and we have ad number 3, right? Ad number 1 has our first ad, ad number 2 has our second ad, and ad number 3 has our third ad. So basically, what we do, we're going to wait. This will launch tomorrow. And we should basically have leads coming into Facebook. Now, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we can actually get those leads from Facebook and then put them into our CRM or put them into our spreadsheet. So let me real quick, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So I want to make sure you guys aren't like completely lost. You're going to need a software called Zapier to do this. If you're using a Go high level CRM, you can actually just connect Facebook directly to it, which is easier. But if you want to have them go to a spreadsheet, this is how you do it. So we're going to go trigger. The trigger is going to be Facebook. So Facebook lead ads. You need to make sure that you connect your Facebook account here. So Facebook lead ads is the trigger. The event I want to use is new lead. And then I go account. You just choose your account. I'm just going to do one that's already selected here, but you would just connect it to Facebook, which you just go here and then connect a new account and you just sign into Facebook there, right? Literally as simple as this. And then I'll just click continue. Wait for this to load. Boom. And then we're going to continue here. I just need to select my page. Right? Continue, test, and it's going to bring in a sample lead here. I'm going to click continue, and then now I need to select Sheets. So this is where I'll just have Google Sheets. You can just make like your own Google Sheet. Real quick, let me show you how to do that too. Just go Sheets. We'll go into Google Drive, create new sheet, and then basically I'll just do time, like when the lead came in, first name, last name, email, phone, state, date of birth, and then I'm also going to add in like the branch, because these are the custom questions I asked, and beneficiary. There we go. So we got our main little like questions up here. I'm going to make this like stand out there. Okay, so we got our lead spreadsheet. So I can just do lead, Facebook leads, and then what I need to do is map this into the sheet. So what I'll do is once I have my sheet made, I just called this Facebook leads. Under Zapier and Google Sheets, I need to go down here where it says create spreadsheet row, click continue, sign in with your Google account, and then you're going to hit next action. We're just going to select the sheet we just created, which you guys can see here. Let me draw this because I know it's kind of hard to see. Where it says Facebook leads, I'm going to click select there, right? And then worksheet, I'm just going to select sheet 1. Now, if any of this is confusing to you guys, feel free to slow the video down. But basically, time, we're going to look for created time, which I see right here. First name, I'm going to look for first name. Last name is going to be last name. Just type it in here and it'll pop up. Email is going to be email. Phone is obviously just going to be phone. And let's keep going. State is going to be state. Date of birth is going to be date of birth. And then I'm going to find my custom questions here, which was branch. So what branch of the military did you serve in? And then beneficiary. If you qualify, who will be your beneficiary, right? Now I only have to do this one time, right? Once I've mapped it, I'm just going to do test step. And what you'll see is it actually is going to bring in all of our leads directly into the sheet. So now I'll have all of my Facebook leads will come into the sheet whenever they pop in, right? And then I can just drag out these columns to be as wide as I need them so I can see all the info. And ladies and gentlemen, that literally is everything you guys need to know to start generating Facebook leads like today. So watch this whole video, rewatch it if you need any help. And if you guys are using a CRM, again, you can just connect it directly to Go High Level. But if you're using Zapier, this is how you do it. So that is how you generate high intent Facebook leads using ChatGPT and Facebook, and basically create people that are like actually interested in the service you guys have to offer. If you guys want us to help you with this whole thing and kind of like coach you and guide you through the setup, and then also like guide you through continuing to test, you can keep getting more and more leads. We do have a coaching program where we help agents generate their own leads and then also coach them and train them on how to write $10,000 per week in annual premium. So if you want to learn more about that, there's going to be a link down below in the description. It'll just say apply to work with us. And without any further ado, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.